Hello, my name is Dave Conrad. Welcome to this week's bowhunting.net evaluation. As you can take a look around me, you'll see several nice trophy whitetails that I've taken with archery equipment over the last couple years. And that's my passion in life, is anytime I have spare time, I'm out in the woods either hunting during hunting season. If not, I'm out scouting during the other months of the year. I can't be out there all the time because of family and work, but I heavily rely on trail cameras. And in the last couple years, I've been relying on Spypoint. They're a leader in the industry, and I've heavily relied on several of their cameras over the past couple years. For 2012, I'm evaluating their BF-7. In the name itself, the BF stands for Black Flash. The camera utilizes 46 black flash infrared LEDs. The 7 stands for the 7 megapixel camera inside the device. The camera will take nighttime as well as daytime video, as well as pictures. During the daytime, you're going to get those crisp, clean color pictures, but at night, the camera will give you those black and white pictures. Now, what's nice about the unit is Spypoint utilizes what they call their 5-zone detection. As an animal moves in from left to right, it enters one of the zones. What that will do is wake up the camera. Okay, the camera is, in a sleep mode because it's going to conserve those batteries for you. So when the animal does approach this outside zones, it wakes up the camera. So as that animal comes into the middle zones, that's when the camera snaps. That way, you don't have the back half of an animal as it's coming through, because on a trophy animal, you want to see that rack. So you're not going to just get the back half, or no animal whatsoever. So it's nice that they have that 5 zones of detection. The camera case itself is shock-proof, weatherproof. I've had this out here the last 3 weeks in Ohio, and over the last couple of weeks we've had some severe storms. Went back out a couple days ago, pulled it down, no problems whatsoever. I had this secured to a tree, and what I like is it comes with the strap, the nylon strap. It's a contoured surface. You can see it's knurled, so as I put this up against the tree, put the strap around it, it's not going to move. Okay. Now that has already been put to the test, because one week I had it in video mode, and I had a big raccoon come right up, climb right over the surface of this, and you could see him scurry up, hit the top, kept going. This camera did not move. That just tells you how this knurled surface, as well as the combination of the nylon strap, keeps it secure against the tree, because you don't want something like that to happen where all of a sudden the camera is now pointing down. So the nylon strap with these knurled contour surfaces is really nice. The case itself is easy to open. It's not one of those cases where you got to really pry to get it open. Okay, with this it has 2 locking clasps. All I do is just flip those open, and the camera comes right open, so I can access the inside. Now, Spypoint was really thinking about this, because once we get that camera mounted up on the tree, we don't want to have to take all that down in order to change our batteries or change the SD card. And because a lot of times when you try to do that, it moves that camera a little bit about, and then you'll have to reposition it to just make sure that it's adjusted to where you want. With the Spypoint BF-7, I can easily take the camera out. When I take that camera out now, I can access the SD card on the side. I can access the batteries. Okay. Now, notice on the back of the unit itself, it has an LCD screen. This is to give you information about the camera, what mode you have it set in. So if I have it set in video mode, it'll tell me. If I have it set in regular camera mode, it'll tell me that across the top. It tells me I do have a card installed. It gives me my battery life. Now, nice thing here is it has the indicator. It tells you if it's full or empty or whatever, or low. And this one is still full after 3 weeks. And then in that 3-week time, I've taken approximately about 40 pictures. Over a 2-week time, I had this in a new area, but I also put it on video for a week, and in that week I was able to capture 28 videos, and that battery is still full. It also gives you the date on there. So that'll actually, when it takes a picture, the date, the time, the temperature, all that necessary information will be put on the photograph. So when you review these, you can tell, hey, this deer came at this time or whatever. You no longer have to sort those in your computer. You always have them the date and time on the pictures itself. Below the LCD screen, we have 3 selectable switches, and that's how we set our settings on the camera. The first one is mode. Remember, you can use this in photo as well as video mode, so you have a choice for photo, video. Now, when we set the camera up and test it, it has a test mode. So when we put the camera on the tree, there's a light, that indicator that comes a red light, so when you come back and forth in front of it, that'll show you where your detection zone is, so that you know that you have it positioned correctly on that trail or over a feeder or wherever. The final selection down here is view. The nice thing about this camera is I can take it and connect it with the supplied cable. Spypoint does give you the video cable. I can put it in the TV out port up here. That way I can watch directly on my TV. So that's what I went from the view indicator down here on this selection knob. The middle selection indicator or knob here, that gives me the delay between pictures, so I can have 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, or 15 minutes. So there's 4 selections there. The last selection knob on the right hand side. Now this has 2 purposes. If it's in video mode, it'll give you the option of selecting a 10, 30, 60, or 90-second video. If it's in photo mode, it'll allow you to take up to 4 pictures when the camera senses movement. And that's nice, because when I had it in video mode, I had it set at 30 seconds, and that was nice because one animal would go by, you know, in 30 seconds you can get a lot of different action taking place. So I prefer the 30 second, but like I said, it has longer than that, 60 and 30, as well as just 10 seconds. Now, if you're in the camera mode, this will give you up to 4 shots per sensing of movement or activation. So I like to set this about 2 or 3, so that way it takes a picture. If anything would come in right after that, it would show me that. So it gives me a sequence of pictures. And it was kind of neat last week because I had a coyote come in. He came in and I had 4 different pictures of him. I also had deer, young fawns come in, so it would show me the mother, and then the little ones would come by, different pictures. Same thing, raccoons. So that's a nice feature with this camera. It gives you up to 4 pictures per activation. Below here we do have our menu selections, so if we want to set the date and time, these buttons here are how we do that. 2 things I want to talk about. Now, you notice the camera does not have a display for viewing back the pictures. This one does not. We have to either take the SD card out or utilize that TV video out, or there is a USB card or cable supplied with the device and a port here. I can download that to my PC. So once again, it does not have that video screen so we can review right on the camera. The other thing, it has no internal memory, but it will take up to a 32 gigabyte card. So that's nice, because with a 32 gigabyte card, 7 megapixel cameras, I think figuring out you can take well over 30,000 pictures. So no problems there. Personally, my preference is a 4 to 8. I have a lot of 48 gig, and I get thousands of pictures on that. So, but it's nice to know for video, you know, you can take up to 8 hours of video in VGA mode on the device. So that makes it nice with a 32 gig card. As far as powering the device, I just have 6 AA alkaline batteries in here, and like I said, I've had this out for 3 weeks. It's still full charge, and I've taken you know, quite a few pictures as well as videos with that. But there is an option on the device underneath 2 of the batteries here. I have a selectable switch, rechargeable or alkaline. Right now it's on alkaline because I am using AA alkaline. The rechargeable, if I slip it up to rechargeable, don't be confused. That doesn't mean you can use AA rechargeables. AA rechargeables only give you like 1.2 volts per battery, whereas an alkaline will give you 1.5. So if you do the math, the 1.2 is not going to give you the optimal charge to run the camera. The rechargeable is an optional lithium battery that you can get from Spypoint. So if we put that in there, you put it on rechargeable. That way we can utilize and get longer battery life with that rechargeable in the device, as well as some other options I'm going to tell you about here later once we have a lithium rechargeable in there. Once again, that is an option from Spypoint. So let me just put those batteries back in here, slide the cover back on. Let's talk about the ports on the side. We already talked about the TV out, the USB, the SD card. There's one more adjustment on the side. It's called distance. Now this will take from 5 feet out to 30 feet, or excuse me, 50 feet. So depending on the sensitivity you want, you adjust this rotating dial knob up and down. Now I usually have my cameras anywhere from 30, 35, 40 feet away from where I want to capture the activity. So I have this just a little bit past midway, and that usually I've had no problems getting out to 40 feet. The nice thing with the black LEDs on the device, it'll give you clearly out to, I've had, basically 40, 45 feet is the farthest I've had pictures taken at the edge of the woods when I put this up next to it. No problem getting pictures that far away. Couple other features about the device. We talked about those internal rechargeable batteries. On the bottom, there's the port on the left-hand side. This is where we can plug in a 12-volt battery. So if we want that extended battery life, we can plug in a 12-volt battery. If we want to charge that rechargeable inside, there's another port on the opposite side, on the right-hand side. That's a 12-volt solar panel. So we can hook that solar panel in, and both those accessories are available from Spypoint. There's one more little grommet here in the middle, and that's a microphone. So if I have this on video, I can just take out that rubber grommet that attaches to the device so I won't lose it. Take out that rubber grommet, and now I can record sound when I'm taking my video. What's nice about that, and I'm looking forward to this, is that late October, first part of November, when we're getting into those pre-rut and rut. Hopefully I'll get some video of a buck coming by, and if he'll be grunting, I'll be able to capture that. So really nice feature there. Also, there's a tripod port. There's some accessories out there. Many manufacturers make it a tripod port adapter, so you can actually put this on a drafter, screw it into the tree. Spypoint makes one of those. Very nice adjustable unit. Screw it into the tree or post, and you can put this mounted any way that you'd like. A couple other things about the case. Notice there's a couple places where I can put a cable lock through this. So once I have it secured to the tree, I can wrap that cable around. What I've done is wrap the cable around and then wrap it up through this third place where the cable comes out through a cable lock, and just lock it there. So it's real secure now on the tree. So once again, this is the Spypoint BF-7. The BF stands for Black Flash. The 7 stands for 7 megapixels. The format that you'll find on the SD card when you pull it out, pictures are in JPEG, so that's a standard format out there for pictures. Video, on the other hand, is AVI. Now that's a standard as well, so if you have a Windows or a Mac operating system, you shouldn't have any problem, because I've tried with both. I do have both in my house and had no problem playing back pictures or video, as well as seeing pictures in both those modes. So once again, my name's Dave Conrad, bringing you this week's bowhunting.net evaluation, the Spypoint BF-7. Thank you so much, and if you have any questions, please visit Spypoint at their website or call them. Thank you so much for your time. Once again, this is Dave Conrad, bringing you another evaluation for bowhunting.net.